We are live. Today we're going to do some sourcing. If you have been around with the last couple live streams, we have a couple items that we've sourced already and can probably source more of at this point. So we'll probably just be going through some of those items, sourcing together, adding some stuff to the cart. If you're new to the channel, my name is 𝗪ici𝗰𝗶𝗹. I do eBay to Amazon, online arbitrage. I send a lot of this stuff to a prep center. They prepare for me and send it to Amazon for me. This is my full-time gig, how I make money. And yeah, so I just like to do some live sourcing with you guys sometimes. If you are new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe. It really helps me out, means the world to me. But yeah, let's get into it. And RW and Christiana is in the house. Good to see you. Hopefully your session goes well, Christiana, and that work has been going well for you, RW. Yeah, so let's get right into sourcing here. Share my screen. So I remember a few days ago, maybe a week ago, what we, one of the things that we sourced was a TI-83 calculator. So we'll just go ahead and pull up the ASIN for that. Make sure all of our prices are still the same before we go ahead and make purchases. If I remember right, it was around $35 prime. So we want to actually make sure it's still around that. It usually takes me a second to have the page load when streaming, but we have RevSeller. It's still really good ranked. So it's still selling fast. New ones are really expensive, so we could be cheeky and try to sell a new one. But for now, we're just going to stick with used. So this person is selling at $25, and they have quite a few. But the next lowest one is $35. This also is not prime right now. It's August 5th. So you're not going to get the stuff immediately if you purchase from them. And our lowest prime offer is $40. And the next one is $50. So it looks like we can very comfortably sell for 35, maybe even 40. So this is looking pretty safe. Maybe we'll say $38. So this is 40% ROI. We're going to go ahead and see. You can do see what's on eBay. So you can do this a couple ways. On both RevSeller and Seller Central, not Seller Central, Seller Amp, there's a UPC. And if you don't have these tools, you can probably do Control F UPC, and sometimes it pops up. You can sometimes scroll down to the information. Sometimes it's in this area. So that's another way you can sometimes find it. Not today. So you can search by UPC, or you can just search by the title. We're going to try the UPC today. And so this is an example of it very much so not working. So we're going to actually type in the whole name. So this is the plus, correct? Plus. Yes. We are going to check the chat real quick. We got RW in the house saying those items I bought from eBay sold before they got to the warehouse. Then the next items I bought tanked. Nature of the business. Hey, well, at least the first one sold quick. Yeah, that's unfortunate that they tanked, but that is really fun when they actually sell before they get to the warehouse. That's so much fun. I'm hoping the second ones didn't tank too much. Were you at least able to get your money back, or are you kind of holding out a little bit? That's definitely why you do test buys, like you did. because like stuff can sometimes go south. So we're here. We're basically looking for anything below 21. So eBay, when you search, it has filters. So you can do a couple different things with these. If you're looking for auctions to bid on, for example, you could do ending soonest. So this one, this is a prime example. It looks like this TI-83 is ending in 41 minutes, and nobody has bid yet, which is very fun for us anyways. They didn't get enough traction, or their starting bid was too high. I mean, their starting bid is basically like what we'd want to buy it for. So we could come back in 41 minutes, take a look at this. That's one way we can filter our solds by, or our search by. We can also sort by newly listed. You can also sort, like if we were looking for new items, maybe highest first would be good. Or you could come down here and filter by new. But right now we're going to do by lowest first. So you want to be aware of parts and repair. You can sometimes click in and see what the issue is, and sometimes it's not even an issue. We'll take a look at the, description. See what they're saying. Not sure what's wrong with it. Maybe something simple. Who knows? All right, then. So I'm just assuming it doesn't turn on, and it has no batteries. Neat. So this is something you could just order to your house and like probably put batteries in. It's kind of funny. But it'd have to be worth your time. Like if you want to, you can do that. I mean, that's pretty good ROI. You have to go through the hassle of receiving it, finding batteries for it, making sure it works. So that's definitely an option. Right now, I'm trying to purchase stuff that will work right now. And we got the chat. Took a small hit, back to working on private label. Like, did a lot of the stuff tank? Like it wasn't just one or two items? FBA Sage, what up, man? Let's grind. Exactly. FBA Sage has been buying some stuff from eBay, and it looks, from what he was telling me, it looks like he was finding some good stuff. So that's exciting. Basically, what we're doing right now, if you guys are new to the chat, is basically, if you've been to the last couple live streams, there were a few items that we've looked for in the past, and we probably have come to the time where we could buy some more of them. So we're going to go ahead and look for some of these items. And right now we are looking at the TI-83 Plus. Oh, 10 item test buy. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully they were cheaper items. But it's good that for cash flow anyways, that the other ones sold through extremely quickly. I love when they sell on the way. Yeah, so we got a $10 TI-83 with some lines on the screen. That's kind of minor, but these ratings are such BS. Cheat. I mean, everyone just sells similar and the same reviews are on. Fully works, lines on screen, one dead horizontal line. So like this is pretty good. You could sell this as use acceptable probably. I'm looking to source really high quality stuff though, so they're saying it's for parts, but it's really screen issues. Again, you could probably sell that. Silver edition. For parts. Pre-owned has a blemish. Again, I'm passing up on a lot of these. You could sell these as used acceptable. I kind of want something that is working pretty flawlessly. So this would work, I think, but it's an auction. So how's this? This one looks like it has a small defect. Yeah. Oh, and it has the lines. So again, it's kind of the same issue. Blemish, blemish. All those you could probably do used acceptable. What does the description say here? So like this has screen defects, but it works pretty good. And I'm seeing FBA Sage has a very good question. How do you determine how many times a used item sells per month since the buy box stats don't show them? Is there another way? This is a great question. So let's go ahead and do this with this item that we're looking at right now. So first of all, I want to figure out on this listing, what's an average rank? I have a feeling this is lower than usual. So let's take a look at 𝗬𝗂. You can scroll down to the bottom and you take a look at the averages. So you could go off something in the middle. I'd probably go off this 23,000. Then what I do is I go to this site called Jungle Scout Estimator, wait for it to load. And while it loads amazingly like this, recently I've been teaching my cat how to be on my shoulder and eat food off my shoulder, and it's been a lot of fun. I don't know why it makes me so happy, but we've been teaching her how to get up on my shoulder. But now that we have this uploaded, we type the rank in here. You've probably seen this done before, but basically you get the estimated sales per month based on the rank, and we look at how many sellers on the listing competitively. So same with used, same with new. We just take an overall look. So this is an office supply. And again, this is a huge ballpark. Nobody actually knows how many sales per month this actually gets, but we do the best we can. So 270. So we click in here. We look and count anyone who's competitive. So we'll look at the new first. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My gosh. 6, 7, 8, 9. And then these are too high. So 9 competitive sellers, new. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Probably not. 21, used like new. 22, Amazon. 23. Yeah, so, and then if we were to come on the listing, probably, what is it? So 24. So you'd get your calculator out. 270 divided by 24 is around 11 sales a month. So this is super ballpark stuff. but we could probably safely assume we could probably sell 5 to 15 of these. So if you're looking to stock up a month, I'd probably buy somewhere in the ballpark of 5 to 15 of these. Hopefully that's helpful. I saw that on your story. We got a Maine Coon cat. She's so freaking needy. Is a Mancoon cat a type of cat? I've never heard of a. It sounds like a raccoon cat. We got my cat right down there sleeping. Too many sellers for me to get involved in. I disagree. Like, on something that actually has a good rank, like, it's definitely worth test buying. And if there's a lot of people on the listing, I would just test buy less. Yeah, I mean, like, sometimes it's such a low rank that there's going to be 100 sellers on it, but it's just such a fast item. It's a good item. So if there's a lot of sellers on the listing, I would test buy less. Yeah, I mean, this one, it only even has like 30 people on the listing. And no, that Jungle Scout doesn't have a monthly fee. And again, it's a free estimator. It's super ballpark. So kind of like RW is saying, like, we don't know for sure how many sales this listing actually gets. And so probably better to be a little bit more cautious and test by lighter. Yeah, it's a breed of cat. I think that's how you spell it. I think it would be fun to have a raccoon as a pet. That would be fun. They would definitely climb on my shoulder and not be scared at all. For parts, auction, no cover, defect. Tested and working. There we go. Let's take a look. All right, so tiny black spots. Oh gosh, big black spots. No batteries. Big black spots. Pass. Some black spots. A lot of black spots. Dead pixel line. A lot of these have screen defects. For parts. Untested. So if you want to like skip out on a lot of this, like realistically, you could probably just scroll up to around the price that we're looking for. And we'll probably find better condition stuff. Except now that suddenly there's a huge gap here. Let's take a look at this one. Taking a look at the chat. Yeah. RW saying don't overextend. It's a good point. I mean, I love to test buy conservatively. That's so much better. We got Romer the Roamer in the house. Good to see you, man. Romer had a live earlier today. But yeah, it's a hard balance to be like, do we test buy lightly? Do we go all in on stuff? I tend to like to test buy pretty conservatively, and then once I see it sells, trying to try to purchase a little bit deeper here. So we're not really seeing that much. A lot of these you could sell used acceptable. It's not amazing that it doesn't have batteries. And there's lines on the screen. There are people who sell plenty of these used acceptable like that. So again, like if you want to, you can sell them used acceptable. Right now we've scrolled through and there's nothing that meets our criteria. So what you can do is you can come back later and filter by newly listed and check the things that have recently been listed. And again, I remember a couple live streams ago, we were sourcing 𝗬𝗓 routers, the brand 𝗬𝗓. And so we're going to do something a little bit different than what we usually do. So instead of specifically looking for one item, another way that you can look for replenishable items that you can purchase again and again and in this moment get a good deal is you can just type in a brand and filter by newly listed. And we can look up stuff and see if there are deals on the stuff that's freshly being listed on eBay before anyone else has a chance to even look at them. So filtering by newly listed, 𝗬𝗎, we're getting a lot of results here, but we can take a look at the stuff that's newly listed and see if there is any arbitrage opportunity. So we'll take a look at this one. So the 𝗬𝗎 surfboard SBG 8300. So what you can do is, especially if you're looking for new stuff to be on the lookout for, you can just do this and search these model numbers and see what comes up. And taking a look at the chat, we got FBA Sage saying, I've tended to save my searches on eBay to quickly check back every day. It's helped a ton for repurchasing. That is a great tip. That's a really good tip. We got Rake and Profit in the house. Smash that like button. Appreciate you, Rake and Profit. Yeah, Rake and Profit and I are in the process of, if you guys ever want to take the eBay to Amazon a little bit more seriously, we're putting together a program to help the people who really want to get better at it. So that's in the works. You can message us for details. But yeah, like this, we'll take a look at this lead here because I have a feeling this one sells quickly. And if this is a used like new, there's a good chance that this will sell for the right price. So we have a used buy box here of 120. And we'd have to scroll down and see what the used like new is. Because it was looking like this is, well, we'd have to see what condition this is. So it doesn't look like it's quite right out of the package, but it has the package. So maybe a used good, it has the manual, or used very good. So just from scraping the surface of this listing, this is too expensive, but this is probably something that we could take a look at in the future if we wanted to. Looking at the 𝗬𝗂 for the last month or so, the lowest used is usually around 110. Used good is usually around 130. Very good is usually around 137. So if it was 137, here, a look, to get 40%, we need $84. So we could just take this, put this into eBay, filter by lowest for parts, untested, auction, auction, auction. All right, so there's nothing available right now, but we could take a look at the solds and see, does this item ever sell for the right price? So, I mean, this does, yeah. So yeah, this is probably something we could come back and look for later, but we're just going to keep going with the original plan here. Oh, no, I wasn't sharing this whole time. Oh my gosh, guys. I'm just talking and nobody can see the screen. That's awesome. FBA Sage is saying I'd definitely be interested in that program. Yeah, you can, we can talk more about it, but yeah, I think it's going to be a really good time. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. Yeah, to just show you guys what I've been talking about the last several minutes, I'll actually share the screen this time. So we were looking at the 𝗬𝗂 here for this item. If it'll load, we see that the very lowest price is usually around 110 at the lowest. Very good has been in the ballpark of 125 to 137. Used good has often been around 130 to 140. Weird that the used good was very good was lower. So if we were to sell this at 137, we'd need to purchase it at $84 to get the 40% ROI. And we searched for this item, filtered by lowest. There was nothing available, but when we toggled the solds, there were definitely people purchasing this at the right price. So that's something we could look at later. So this is interesting. It's a different model number, like a different type of model number. I don't know if I've seen that one before. So we're cutting and pasting that, putting that into Amazon, taking a look and seeing if this is something that we want to get involved in. Just right off the bat, it looks like this is too expensive. If we could find this new, it could be good. As we're seeing, this toy arcade guy is probably a good guy to storefront stock. He was on the last couple. He literally had buy box on the other one. If that's your store, I'm sorry. If you have buy box on these two, I'm sure you're okay. So 55 bucks. We need to get it at 31. This is the wrong price for this. But again, we could go ahead and do this where we check for it and see if there's anything that fits our buying criteria. Ooh. And paste, please. We got 𝗬𝗂 Bacon Bagel in the house. We are doing some sourcing based on what we were doing in the last couple of days. We found this router here, and it sells for around 55 bucks. And before, we're kind of just searching a brand and then looking at the newly listed stuff and then building up a replenishable sheet from looking up these items. And then like this one was the wrong price, for example, but why not look it up and filter by lowest and see what's available? So this one doesn't have an adapter. Potentially you could buy the adapter and put it together. Refurbished. So what does that mean? Let's find out. And they have a coupon. Deep South. Do we have a, does it include cord? Unit. When they say unit, it means unit. And you're in for a world of hurt. Yeah. So you could sell this used acceptable and be very sneaky, and 9 out of 10 times it'll work for you. And then if you do that at scale, you're going to have a lot of units in your basement. Speaking from experience. All right, we got an open box here, though. That's very fun. Because if it's open box, we can sell it at a higher price, probably. So this one looks like it's got the cords. It's in the box. Probably used very good. Used like new. Open box. They ship fast. That's very fun. So our total cost here is going to be $32. So, I mean, that's right at our cutoff. And if it's used like new, we can sell this for more, probably. If I had to guess. But this price is usually lower. The lowest price is usually at like 35. And use like new is usually at 46. So this is why you look at the 𝗂𝗶𝗶. I mean, sometimes it's up at 63. Over the last year, it's kind of been a little all over the place. I mean, you could sit and wait for this 63. But then it could just go back down to 49. This particular one is just like, all right, fine. Or you could go for that 63. It seems like it's usually lower. So this is one I probably would pass on, but it's interesting anyways. So we'll skip that, skip this. 𝗬𝗓𝗔 is a good product line. Hitting those routers. Yes, sir. Yeah, 𝗬𝗓𝗔 is good. Like 𝗬𝗓𝗔 is so good that I think this is the highest rank I've seen on this of this brand, 3800 in computers. It's usually like 100 or 600. So yeah. So I would rather source something that's a little bit more space. So we're going to hit this again and see what has just been listed. So nobody has listed anything in the last 2 minutes. So impatient. So that's an auction. We'll probably pass. Wow. They're going to list it as modem router. I'm just curious. That's such a good listing, guys. Modem router. Oh, man. Are you even going to tell us what the model number is? AX3000 for $260. We got Josiah saying, why do you not use the search features from RevSeller? Ooh, I don't even know what you mean. Let's take a look. So what exactly do you mean by that? As let's say we're on this 𝗬𝗓𝗔 thing. Can you just Google it straight from there? Is it kind of like SellerAmp? Oh, and this has variations. The search feature. Exports data. What do you mean by search feature? I think it's under links. Hover over that. Links. Oh. 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 I've never looked at this before. First 6 words. Oh my goodness. Learn something new every day, boys. That's a great tip, Josiah. Hey. Wow. Yeah, that's I appreciate that, Josiah. Oh yeah. Looking at the chat. Oh yeah. Yeah, there we go. Dang. I did not know that. Learn something new every day. That's cool. And then also with SellerAmp, you can do the same thing like this. And you could probably purchase it off their site too. Ooh, really? Is this going to be profitable from the site too? Watch, I just find like a 90% ROI from Walmart. Is this for real? Is this a joke? Is this, oh, it's a third-party seller. It's kind of the same thing as eBay though, to be honest. So 56. I've almost never sold from third-party Walmart. Okay. I mean, Josiah says, just created a 13th month in the year for you. Exactly. Gotta love learning stuff new. Exactly. Yeah, that's so weird. On looks like this could be a lead from Walmart. Walmart third party. I don't know why. Something about third party Walmart just sketches me out. That's good ROI. Once my computer loads. Did I share the screen? I did. Is it even the same one? Yeah, I think that's the same one. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know why I don't source from Walmart. Hardly ever. Must be a little sketched out or something. Maybe I should get over that and try it. We'll see. Oh yeah, we were looking up this one though. I'm just curious about the AX3000. So they literally priced based on the Amazon price. And then they had explicitly skilled marketing with their SEO search optimization. This one's expensive and very low ranked. Two variations. Amazon's been on this since the beginning of time. July 10th, 2021, when the world began and sales ranks came into being. One guy on the listing. Oh, Amazon the whole time. So yeah, 260 is a no-go, but this is something that you could hunt for. I've had some good and some bad from third-party Walmart. Check the seller reviews. It's a good point. Yeah, they're looking on the page. Their reviews are 3.6 out of 9. So someone had a bad time with them. For something like a router that needs to be new, I think I'd probably pass. What do you think the first item Bezos sold from his Amazon HQ garage was? I don't know. Probably something for digestive health or something. Probably some books. Yeah. Probably books. He probably had his Bluetooth scanner and went to a library sale and started Amazon.com with 63 books from his garage. Books. Yeah. Yeah, probably books. I'll probably be heading off in a few minutes. It's been a bunch of fun. We were talking about it earlier, but I've been training my cat to be able to stand on my shoulders. Basically, what you do to start to train them is, first of all, you have them on a feeding schedule. So when you bring the food out, they're really looking forward to it. And then what you do is you sit on your couch and you kind of put the food on one side or the other of your shoulder, and you let them like prop themselves up on your shoulder in order to get the food. And then you make a little click noise when they actually do the correct behavior and let them eat. And then eventually, once they kind of get the gist of that, you can transition to like sitting on the edge of the bed. And from there, they're more likely to be completely on your back. And then you can start walking around. And I don't know, something about that has just been a bunch of fun for me. I heard he used 𝗬𝗁𝗍. He definitely used 𝗬𝗁𝗍. The Broth made 𝗬𝗁𝗍 in 1963. Before iPhones, 𝗬𝗁𝗍 was. All right, guys. I'm probably going to head off. It was good hanging out. And yeah. TI-83s did not quite hit today, but you got to actually check more than once a day. Should probably check a couple times a day, and you're actually going to get stuff, especially if you have a good solid list of items and you can check a couple times a day in some way. Kind of like FBA Sage was saying, that is extremely helpful in order to find profitable stuff. But yeah, if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, you can always unsubscribe later. It's free. If not, no worries. Hope you have a good rest of the day and take care.